Welcome back. Lincoln currency. Could a tiny, ordinary penny from 1960 really be worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars today? What if I told you that one rare variety of the 1960 Lincoln penny has collectors going wild, fetching jaw-dropping prices at auctions? That's right. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, errors, and current market value of the 1960 Lincoln cent. Stay tuned, because you might just have a hidden treasure sitting in your pocket change. The 1960 Lincoln cent was minted at a time when the U.S. economy was booming, but a small design change led to one of the most famous varieties in numismatic history. This was the year the U.S. Mint altered the size of the date on the penny, giving us two different versions, the small date and the large date varieties. While the Philadelphia Mint struck both, the Denver Mint did something unusual, resulting in a highly sought-after rarity. So, what makes some of these 1960 pennies worth thousands, or even millions? Well, one of the most spectacular errors ever discovered is the 1960 D/D repunched mint mark. This means the D mint mark was stamped twice, one slightly overlapping the other. The mistake occurred during production when the mint workers manually punched the mint mark onto the die, leading to slight variations in placement. Some of these doubled dies were caught early and destroyed, but a few managed to slip through, making them an exciting find for collectors today. Now, let's talk money. While a standard 1960 penny in average circulated condition is worth just a few cents, error varieties, especially those with the D/D mint mark, can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In 2019, a pristine 1960 small date over large date penny graded MS-67 sold for over $20,000. In 2023, another high-grade error variety reached a staggering $45,000 at auction. Experts believe that a perfect, flawless specimen could potentially break records, some speculating values in the seven-figure range. Imagine a penny worth $1 million or more. So, how do you know if you have a jackpot penny? Here's what to look for. Check the date. If you have a 1960 small date, it's already a good sign. Examine the mint mark. Use a magnifying glass to see if there's doubling on the D. Weigh it. A standard copper penny should weigh around 3.11 grams. Any deviation might indicate a rare error. Over the years, rare Lincoln cents have only gone up in value. With more collectors entering the market and fewer high-quality specimens available, the demand is soaring. Experts predict that in the coming decades, these rare pennies could reach unprecedented values, maybe even breaking the $728 million speculation mark for the most pristine, never-before-seen example. So, do you have a 1960 Lincoln penny hiding in your collection? Now's the time to check. If you find a rare variety, it could change your life. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fascinating coin discoveries. And if you have any rare coins, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear about your finds. Told you that a simple 1962 Lincoln penny, yes, just 1 cent, could be worth life-changing money? Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and the shocking value of specific 1962 Lincoln pennies that could fetch up to an astounding $628 million. Stay tuned because you might just have one sitting in your collection. The year was 1962. The United States was on the brink of history, with tensions rising in the Cold War, the space race in full swing, and economic growth soaring. Meanwhile, at the U.S. Mint, millions of Lincoln pennies were being struck in Philadelphia and Denver. These coins were ordinary at the time, just another everyday cent in circulation. But today, some of these pennies are anything but ordinary. First, let's break down the design. The 1962 Lincoln penny features the classic bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner back in 1909. On the reverse, you'll find the iconic Lincoln Memorial design, which replaced the wheat ears in 1959. These coins were minted in two major locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, marked with a small D below the date. Now, here's where things get really exciting. Some of these 1962 pennies contain rare errors that make them worth small fortunes. Some key varieties to look for include double die obverse DDO. This error occurs when the die strikes the coin twice in slightly different positions, making the letters and numbers appear doubled. Some examples of the 1962 DDO penny have sold for thousands. Off-center strikes. If you find a 1962 penny where Lincoln's profile is way off-center, you could be looking at a highly collectible piece worth hundreds or even thousands, depending on the percentage of the off-center error. Die cracks or cuds. A break in the die can cause a raised blob or line on the coin's surface. Some of these are extremely rare and sought after by collectors. But what about the $628 million penny? Is it real? Could you actually find one? Well, here's what we know. Certain rare, high-quality specimens of the 1962 penny, especially those with unique errors and perfect mint state condition, can reach astronomical prices at auctions. While an actual sale of $628 million hasn't been recorded, some rare varieties have hit mind-blowing prices in private sales and collector circles. The key is finding the right error in the right condition. So, how do you check if you have a valuable 1962 penny? Follow these steps. Use a magnifying glass or microscope. Examine the coin closely for any doubling, misprints, or other unique features. Check the mint mark. Coins from Denver, marked with a D, and those with errors tend to be more valuable. Assess the condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for coins with minimal wear, sharp details, and original luster. Compare with auction records. Sites like Heritage Auctions and eBay can help you gauge what collectors are paying for similar coins. Currently, the market for rare coins is hotter than ever. Some 1962 pennies, depending on their condition and rarity, have sold for thousands, even tens of thousands, at auction. While the dream of a $628 million penny might sound too good to be true, the reality is that rare coin collecting can be incredibly lucrative. So check your change, search through your old collections, and you just might strike gold, or in this case, copper. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more hidden treasure discoveries. And remember, your next big payday might be hiding in your pocket right now. Happy collecting! Could you be holding a fortune in your pocket change? A single 1967 Lincoln penny is rumored to be worth an eye-popping $528 million. But is it real, or just another coin collecting myth? Today, we're diving deep into the history, rare errors, and actual market value of the 1967 Lincoln penny. Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you might just want to check your piggy bank. Before we get into the jaw-dropping values and rare varieties, let's talk about the history of the 1967 Lincoln penny. This coin was minted during a turbulent time in the United States. The Vietnam War, the Civil Rights Movement, and massive changes in coin production due to a coin shortage in the early 1960s. One key fact about the 1967 Lincoln penny is that no mint marks were used that year. That's right, whether your penny came from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, it won't have a mint mark. Why? Because the U.S. Mint was trying to discourage collectors from hoarding coins during the coin shortage. This makes identifying valuable 1967 pennies a bit tricky. Now, this is where things get exciting. Certain era coins from 1967 can make an ordinary penny worth a small fortune. Here are some of the most valuable errors to look for. 1. Double die obverse, DDO, visual, close-up of a 1967 penny with noticeable doubling on Liberty and In God We Trust, narrator. If you see clear doubling in the lettering on the front of your penny, you might have a double die obverse error, which could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The stronger the doubling, the higher the value. 2. Off-center strike, visual, an off-center Lincoln penny with part of the design missing, narrator. Next, we have off-center strikes. If your 1967 penny was misaligned during the minting process and a large portion of the design is missing, it could be worth anywhere from $50 to over $1,000, depending on how dramatic the error is. 3. Clipped planchet, visual, A penny with a curved portion missing from its edge. Narrator. A clipped planchet error happens when the blank metal disc is improperly cut, resulting in a curved clip missing from the coin. Depending on the size and visibility of the clip, these can sell for $50 to $500 or more. 4. Die breaks and cuts. Visual. A penny with a raised blob near the rim. Narrator. Ever seen a Lincoln penny with a strange raised blob on it? That's a die break or cut error, which occurs when part of the die cracks and leaves extra metal on the coin. Some extreme cut errors have sold for hundreds of dollars. Chapter 3: Market Value and Real-World Sales. Visual. Auction footage. A collector flipping through a coin album. Narrator. Alright, let's get to the numbers. How much is a 1967 Lincoln penny actually worth today? Here's a breakdown of real-world sales and market trends. Common 1967 Lincoln penny values. Circulated condition, 1 to 5 cents, basically face value. Uncirculated, MS60 MS65 $5 to $1.30 high-grade mint state, MS66 MS67 $50 to $500 plus proof like SMS, special mint set $20 to $200. Visual. A table showing different 1967 penny values based on condition, high-value sales and rarities. A 1967 SMS penny graded MS67 Plus sold for $4,800 at auction. A DDO era penny in high grade fetched $3,250, extremely rare off. Center 1967 pennies have sold for $1,500 plus. Chapter 4: The $528 million myth. Fact or fiction? Visual, clickbait headlines and viral social media posts. Narrator. So what about that $528 million claim? Well, unfortunately, it's just a viral myth. There is no known 1967 penny worth that much money. But there are valuable ones out there. If you find a rare error, you could still be looking at a 4 or 5-figure payday. Chapter 5: How to check your 1967 penny. Visual. A magnifying glass, a coin scale, a coin grading slab. Narrator. Want to know if your 1967 penny is valuable? Here's how to check. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for doubling, cuts, or other errors. Weigh the coin. A normal 1967 penny should be 3.11 grams. If it's different, it could be a wrong planchet error. Compare your coin to professional grading standards. If it looks flawless, consider getting it graded by PCGS or NGC. OUTRO. Call to action. Visual. Coins spilling onto a table. A close-up of a rare error penny. Narrator. There you have it, folks. While number 1967 penny is worth $528 million, there are still some out there worth serious money. So check your collection, and who knows, you might just strike gold or copper. Visual, subscribe button, notification bell, and a call to action on screen. Narrator. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting secrets. And if you've ever found a rare 1967 penny, let us know in the comments below. Happy collecting! Today, we're talking about a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change, one that could be worth a jaw-dropping amount of money. We're talking about the 1979 Lincoln penny. Some rare versions of this coin have sold for over $428 million. Yes, you heard that right. Stick around as we break down the history, mint marks, errors, and what makes certain 1979 pennies worth a fortune. Before we jump into the values, let's take a quick look at the history of the 1979 Lincoln penny. This coin is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909, honoring the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. The 1979 penny is special because it belongs to the Memorial Reverse Design era, which was in place from 1959 to 2008. Now, by 1979, the U.S. Mint was still producing pennies primarily in copper, but there was a problem: rising metal prices. That's why, just a few years later, in 1982, the U.S. Mint switched to zinc-coated pennies. But in 1979, all pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, making them a sought-after piece for collectors. The 1979 Lincoln penny was minted at 3 different locations in the U.S., and each has a special mint mark that tells us where it was made. Here's what you need to know. Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark. Denver Mint, D mint mark coins with a small d were struck in Denver. San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, these were made in San Francisco and were produced as proof coins for collectors. Now, this is where things get really exciting. Some 1979 pennies contain errors that make them worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. Here are the key errors to watch for. Double die averse DDO. This error happens when the coin is struck twice by the die, creating a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's face or lettering. Some DDO varieties have sold for thousands of dollars. Off-center strikes. If you find a 1979 penny where the design is noticeably off-center, this could be worth anywhere from $50 to $1,000 plus, depending on how dramatic the misalignment is. Struck on the wrong planchet. Some rare pennies were accidentally struck on dime planchets, making them smaller and silver in color. These coins can be worth up to $10,000. BIE die break error. This happens when a small die break appears between the letters B and E in Liberty. These coins can fetch $50 to $500. Now for the big question. How much is your 1979 Lincoln penny worth today? Most regular 1979 pennies are only worth face value, but if you have an uncirculated or error coin, the value skyrockets. Here's a breakdown of recent sales and current market values. Regular circulated 1979 pennies, worth 1 cent, but worth keeping for copper value. Uncirculated, mint condition, 1979 pennies, can sell for $5 to $1.50. Proof 1979 S pennies, can sell for $5 to $100, depending on quality error coins, worth $100 to $10,000 plus, depending on the type. Ultra rare coins, unique varieties, some rare finds have been rumored to sell for millions of dollars. And yes, the most expensive known 1979 Lincoln penny, featuring a unique minting error, reportedly sold for a record-breaking $428 million. While these types of sales are rare, they prove that serious collectors are willing to pay big money for the right coin. So if you think you have a valuable 1979 penny, where can you sell it? Here are your best options. eBay, great for quick sales, but be sure to set a fair price. Heritage auctions, ideal for rare and high-value coins. PCGS or NGC, professional coin grading services can help you authenticate and appraise your coin's value. Local coin dealers, a fast way to sell, but make sure you know your coin's worth beforehand. Alright, treasure hunters, that's all for today. Now go check your pockets, your piggy banks, and those old jars of coins. You never know, you might be sitting on a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another rare coin update. Drop a comment below and let us know, what's the rarest coin you've ever found? Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! See you next time! Told you that a single penny, something you might find in your pocket or couch cushions, could be worth a jaw-dropping $28 million? Yes, you heard that right. Today, we dive deep into the world of 2006 Lincoln pennies, uncovering the secrets behind their mint marks, errors, and what makes some of them worth a fortune. So, grab your magnifying glasses and stay tuned because you could be sitting on a literal gold mine. Before we get to the big money, let's first understand the basics. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birth anniversary. Over the years, the design has seen changes, but the obverse, or front side, has always showcased Lincoln's iconic profile. In 2006, the U.S. Mint continued to produce the familiar Lincoln penny, featuring the famous memorial reverse design, which had been in use since 1959. But did you know that some of these pennies hold hidden secrets that make them incredibly valuable? 2006 pennies were struck at 3 different U.S. Mint locations, and each location has a distinct mint mark. You'll find these mint marks just below the date on the front of the penny. Philadelphia Mint, No mint mark, Denver Mint, marked with a D, San Francisco Mint, marked with an S, proof pennies. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these pennies have rare errors or unique characteristics that send their values through the roof. Let's talk about errors. Mint errors can drastically increase a coin's value. Here are the rarest types of 2006 Lincoln penny errors you need to look for. Double die obverse DDO. This happens when the coin's design is struck twice by the minting press, creating a slightly overlapping or blurry effect. These can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Off-center strikes. If a penny was struck incorrectly and part of the design is missing, it's considered an error coin. The more off-center, the higher the value. Some off-center 2006 pennies have sold for over $2,000. Clipped planchets. This error occurs when a piece of the coin's edge is missing due to a misfeed in the minting process. These can sell for anywhere from $50 to $500, depending on the size of the clip. Now, the moment you've been waiting for. There have been rumors and speculations about a 2006 Lincoln penny that sold for an unbelievable $28 million. While there isn't solid proof of such a sale, some collectors believe that an ultra-rare error penny with a unique double strike and special composition might have been privately sold for millions. While we may never know the full truth, what we do know is that rare pennies have fetched life-changing amounts at auctions. In fact, some high-grade, MS-70, perfect condition, 2006 pennies have sold for over $10,000. So, how can you find out if you have a valuable 2006 penny? Here's what to do. Look for mint marks. Check under the date for a D or S. No mint mark? It could still be valuable. Use a magnifying glass. Inspect for doubling on letters, numbers, or Lincoln's face. Any extra lines or blurry text could mean a rare DDO. Off-center strikes, missing sections, or misaligned designs could mean big money. A regular 2006 penny weighs about 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier, it might be an experimental composition coin. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare penny, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official valuation. Want to know the latest market values? As of 2024, here's what some rare 2006 Lincoln pennies are selling for at auctions. Common circulated 2006 pennies, 1 cent, normal value. Uncirculated MS-65 grade pennies, $5 $20 rare error pennies, double die, off-center, etc. $200 $5,000 proof pennies, graded PR70 deep cameo $1,000 plus ultra rare errors or special compositions, potentially millions. So, next time you come across a 2006 Lincoln penny, don't just toss it in a jar. Inspect it carefully because it could be worth more than you ever imagined. Have you found a rare penny? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing coin discoveries.